Welcome back to my podcast channel. Today I'm going to talk about a Scotterist. I maybe pronounce the name of the particular philosopher incorrectly, but this philosopher was the one of the Greek philosopher who was very much uh, highly been discussed in terms of philosophy. He's the one who has shared some different perspective. Being very famous and controversial, this Scottish author didn't publish any book. All of his learning being shared by his students or the plateau or the things that being just kind of a folklore, you can say. Not folklore, is something different, but passed through generation after generation. And can you imagine the person who has a who people say that he's a very talented or philosophically talented. He said that uh, I don't know any answers to the questions. Let me give you the exact lines that he has shared, and he says that I know nothing. And this is what the great person who knows everything said, that the one of his best ability is to question the things that people say. That many people say that they have answers to everyone, they crack the cheat code, but that is not the real life. That is not the real answer that they found out. There are thousands of permutation combination that are happening around the world. Like I said, always said that butterfly effect can create a big benefit to you, irrespective that what you are doing. As an example, let's say that you are practicing English now, and you have not imagined that how this practice that you are doing now can give you the better impact in 5 or 6 days that you are never being ever dreamt of, because your is getting trained on the words, phrases, and interpretation and how to share it in with the everyone. But if let's say that if you say that you know everything, you have cracked the code of everything, and finally you don't have any answers because you even are unaware of who you are. You don't know your own fear, beliefs, desire, weaknesses. These are the main characteristic of you being a human being. Let's say that if you ask me that who you are, you say I'm a good person. If I ask you me what is your definition of good person, then if you say that I have my this definition, then this is your own definition. Several people have the different definition, and there are thousands of definition for a same one statement. Now the problem here is that who you are, then who you are, if you are, but the another person will not think you who you are. Everything runs relatively. One people think you are good, one person think you are fat, another think that you are too smart, other thinks you are too clever. The cycle goes on. The second thing that the Scottish said about people follow the same routine, they behave and they work in an autopilot mode. They just wake up, work, eat, sleep, and repeat, and this is the continuous cycle that they are following, never asking the right question to themselves, that what is the meaningful life and what they are going to do to contribute to for the society. And many time we not able to give all these kind of answers. We always try to say that okay, we'll do this thing, we'll work over with that, but eventually what we are doing in reality, nothing. We are just wasting our time on the things that are not at all going to give us any meaningful result for our life. We try to understand and try to absorb a lot of things, but again, as I said, that unless and until we don't have a purpose in life, we don't have a vision, value, and the what else we call that alignment of vision, that if we don't have that, again, then we are living a life of a very a person that has nothing. We are just working, we are just just living a normal life over, and that is something that we wanted to have you work on, and something that we wanted to improve, and something that we wanted to have in your life. and this is what we wanted to have, and this is what we wanted to share, and and finally we wanted to make sure that the life that we are living, and the life that we are working, is something that we really wanted to have in a better way. Now the things are being there, the things are being received, and we wanted to improve our way of working. Well, now the things are totally amazed. The people lost their curiosity, they just accept the answer. I think that this is something that we have to think twice before we are accepting anything. Life is not that easy. It is very complicated in nature. Sometimes we make things way more easier. Let's say that it's raining, we just say it's raining because our sky is uh, crying. This is a wonderful analogy, but does it really does the sky really crying? No. It is the complex process of evaporation. That is how the cloud is being created, and the cloud is pouring the rain down as per the condensation process. And this is a very complex process, but can you explain this process to a 5-year-old child? Definitely no, he is not going to believe. But if you say that the sky is crying because he cries, he is totally able to relate with that thing. And now he will totally believe in you that whatever you have said is something true, because what he has experienced, the same thing you will explain to the scientists and explain that this is condensation, this is evaporation, this is the tiny crystal being formed, and with the help of the gravity it's come down. The scientists will also going to believe, but scientists will not going to believe in the second statement, the sky is crying. Now what to do in this situation? Whom to trust? Like, now the one of the conclusion that I can make over here, that it depend upon person to person. It depend upon age factor, it depend upon the knowledge factor, that what answer of yours is going to be accepted by everyone. Let's say that you are giving the answers which everyone wanted to hear, but is there any way, is there any one answer that can be helpful for both the child as a scientist, that both are going to accept? I think there would be, but we have to find it out. What would be that answer that a scientist will also accept and the child will also accept? The problem here is that the few things are not visible by our eyes, that are something that has been proven with the help of research. But human brain is something that is not going to accept every reality. They only It only accept which the brain always has seen in past, or has experienced this same thing. That's how the critical things thinking comes into the picture. People try to learn, read more about this critical thinking, and eventually the one who become a better at it, they ask a good questions to everyone, they can give the better answers, they wanted to behave in a proper way, and that is what we wanted to have with you all, a great learning and the great messaging that we can deliver in front of everyone. Now let's say that what has happened, what we have done, and what are the situations that are happening. Well, it's okay, fine. And whatever we have made and created, it's done. Now our aim is to improve our brain, remove the brain fog and all the dust that is around our brain, and being very curious and being very better in nature, and that is what going to help us in the long run. And we wanted to have it a better presenter, better personality, and better at every place, and that is what I'm going to have it, and make it better than anything else. So that's all in this talk. I thought that I am going to speak more about it, but I think I lost the control of my talk. But this is something, a practice that I'm doing. I believe that after 250 videos, I'm going to be a more better person in this world. And this is something that has been already proven. If you are practicing regularly with the various topics I'm very much certain that you are going to be a great person after some times, and that is what we can do and what we can have.